Hello, my name is Ola, and I'm going to be reacting to The Frighteners by Critic. I've actually seen this movie a while back. I think a year, 2 years ago at least. Um, and honestly, I think it's really cool. It's it's funny. It's not really that scary, but there are some moments where it's like, damn, they really earned that R rating. Like, holy crap! Like, especially when Jeffrey Combs get his head cut off. I was like, what? And the effects they use, like, holy crap. Uh, yeah. Anyway, yeah. If you have not seen this movie, what are you doing? Go see it first, or if you don't care, yeah. Michael J. Fox is in this. Jeffrey Combs, um, R. Lee Ermey's in this. It's a really funny movie. It's got some dark humor in it. Um, and also, this was created or directed by Percy Jackson. Uh, Even though this movie did not do too well, it would get like like, I guess, like a cult following or a resurgent or something like that. People started paying more attention to it. Um, but like, I really suggest you check it out. I really like this movie. Uh, anyway, yeah, let's see what Nostalgia Critic thinks about it. I don't know if he's gonna like it or not. I personally, like I said, I like this movie. You know. Uh, anyway, yeah, check it out. If you want to like, comment, subscribe to my channel, you can. If you don't want to, that's fine too. Here we go.
This episode brought to you by DoorDash, the app that brings you food you're craving right now, right to your door. Check us out at Grand Rapids Comic Con November 11th to the 13th. Hope to see you there.
I'm laughing.
Hello, I'm the ghost of the Nostalgia Critic. Behold my incredibly vague powers! The Dark Realm is a haunting, mysterious place that I plan to take you on an adventure through. That is, if you survive.
Yeah, you and like a dozen others. Take a number.
Oh. So do I take a seat or...
Anything away from my desk.
Is this supposed to be like Beetlejuice? Yeah.
All roll doll witches report to the front.
Sorry about your reboot.
Still is Robert Zemeckis.
Don't worry, Pinocchio put him back on the map. Am I sorry about your reboot?
Spirit Halloween merchandise says nope.
Fair.
Yep.
Sorry about a lot of your reboots.
Could be worse. I could be a monster.
Sorry I didn't use you in more episodes.
I know, I'm difficult to animate.
Hey, no talking to spooks under 3 feet tall.
Well, the What kind of rule is that?
It's a world you can't prove exists. We can make up any rules we want.
Says you? You're not even a real member. You're a spin-off of a spin-off.
Hey, people would comment if we didn't use this character here.
I guess we're also in a recession. We should really reuse any costume we can.
I'm sorry, but what are we waiting for?
The next comedically relatable spook story.
Yeah, they were everywhere in the 80s and 90s. It's about time they made a comeback.
Oh, I see. You think they're gonna come up with some new ideas for us? Or are we all just waiting to get rebooted again?
All Addams family members report to the front.
Oh boy, for jokes and pop songs, here I come.
Well, the one I'm representing ain't getting rebooted, so I'm...
Really? You're not getting rebooted?
Not even a stage musical?
Tell us what it's like.
I know we're dead, but how does it feel to not have your essence constantly gnawed at?
Well, I've been doing this 15 years. I like to decompose naturally.
Tell us more.
Okay, I really do have to get back to life here.
How?
Well, that rule's very simple. You can't kill a walker. Okay, maybe that's not true. I feel like the idea of humanizing monsters in a funny way has been around for a while, but there was a really big uptick in the 80s and 90s. Peter Jackson's The Frighteners, released in 1996, was one of the films at the tail end of that trend. When it came out, I remember critics and audiences ripping it apart, with a lot of people saying, "This guy's gonna direct Lord of the Rings." But like many underperforming oddball films, it got some respect over the years. Some. There is a small but arguably growing community who enjoy this film, and honestly, it's easy to see why. It's a very easy film to want to like. It's mixing different styles, tones, and even effects to bring something that looks both adult and gritty, but also zany and cartoony. I mean, just look at this imagery. How can you not want to know what's going on in this film, and how can it also not remind you of similar creepy, kooky comedies? The film was even supposed to be another Tales from the Crypt movie, but Zemeckis liked it so much he wanted it to be its own thing. Well, I don't think having that title would have saved it. I mean, it didn't save this one. It's like RoboCop. There is still something really cool about it being a trilogy. So what works, what almost works, and what the hell were they thinking? Let's take a closer look to find out. This is a film I can't say is good no matter how much I want to. The Frighteners.
Oh, come on.
Oh, come on, you're doing the glowing Ghostbuster text. Don't make it harder to dismiss you than it already is, movie. Yeah, so this first effect shows some of the production problems. Apparently, everyone making this was so excited for it, they pushed forward its release date, which meant some of the effects had to be rushed or even outsourced out to other effects studios. And in case you're wondering, yes, this effect sucked even for 1996. The people who would create Gollum, everybody!
The wicked will be punished.
Oh, you read Roger Ebert's review.
As the credits roll, we're given some backstory about a ton of deaths that suddenly seem to be happening in this Midwest New Zealand town.
The mystery heart condition that has killed over 30 people in less than 4 years has claimed another victim.
Police are taking an eccentric approach to find the culprit. We're introduced to Frank, played by Michael J. Fox, who claims to be a psychic investigator. Yeah, how come he didn't see the corner coming?
Psychic investigator? How come you didn't see the corner coming?
Don't believe you're lazy enough to do my job. I know I'm in trouble when I don't even believe this guy would get upset over a garden gnome being run over.
And we're gonna talk about a Musa! My poncho!
This dude looks like he'd get upset his wife never used the Peloton he got her for Christmas. The one she never asked for.
I got your license plate number! You bastard!
Yeah, you got his phone number too. He gave you his card, remember?
Yeah.
This guy is Ray Linsky, and his wife Lucy Linsky, played by Trina Alvarado, is helping Patricia, played by Dee Wallace, after being attacked by the people under the stairs. No, wait, that's like the one horror film she wasn't in.
I'm Dr. Linsky. I work at the medical center.
No, you don't. I know who works there.
My idiot sons who run Mom Corp.
He was cutting
Futurama.
vegetables, and the knife slipped. It hurts. To your room this instant.
So I will say when the film gets psychotically strange, that's when it's really fun. When it's familiar callbacks, we just think of the familiar callbacks, but when it's a line or delivery that's over the top bonkers, that's when it's one of a kind.
I can have her locked up anytime I want to.
Well, that'll show me? And you can't have over the top bonkers without a Busey. Well, you can, but you'd be missing a Busey. Jake Busey plays
Jake
Johnny
Busey.
Bartlett, a killer executed years ago for going on a killing spree.
As they threw the switch, he was heard to scream, "I got me a score of 12. Beat that."
I will say at first I thought this was clunky exposition via badly directed news story, like, oh my god, what news station sounds like this? But it turns out it's one of those exploitation VHSs focusing on murders. There's even a picture from one of Jackson's other films, Heavenly Creatures. I gotta admit, that's a pretty clever and fun way to get information across. Much better than renting this VHS.
Bartlett's motive remains a mystery to this day. 12 innocent people gunned down.
Yeah, I'm sure those are gonna get more rare. Things start going bump in the night, though, disrupting the Linsky's awkward comedy.
We have got a poltergeist!
Well, it's nothing that the police can't handle.
They call Frank, who comes in to apparently exorcise the demons.
It's just a water gun. Chill out.
Holy water.
Yeah.
Wow, this was a Tales from the Crypt movie. I guess nobody saw the joke in this film, so Zemeckis put another film for nobody to see.
Why are they in our house?
All I can tell you is emanations are normally confined to the cemetery, although they do escape. It's usually the young ones.
Fox is a great actor, but the problem with these scenes is they think they're funny because somebody made them funny before. This is clearly the Bill Murray inspecting the apartment scene in Ghostbusters. But that was funny because we'd never seen that before. And we're still not sure if half the stuff he's doing is legit. Here, he does the same thing, but literally nothing is added. I don't mind taking inspiration or even repeating a gag as long as you change something up. Where am I even supposed to laugh here?
Well, I mean, he's pointing a gun around.
Yeah, even the TGIF bumper wouldn't know where to go here. We see the ghosts are real, though. One Cyrus, played by Chai McBride, and the other is Stuart, played by Jim Fife.
I think I'm going to throw up.
So the afterlife turns into a Gushers commercial. Good to know. A lot of scenes kind of work like that. They show off the effect, which is usually dated if it's CGI. And then the scene just stops without any good comedy or character revealed. I was really looking forward to seeing John Astin as this cool-looking ghost who seems to have the longest connection with Frank. You think they're really gonna talk, seeing how he's thinking of retiring from haunting, but the scene just stops before it even starts.
Too many skeletons in the closet.
Every scene either ends with a bad joke or a bad effect. This moment's not even a minute long. Why not let them really talk? Both of these are great actors and could do a really funny and even emotional scene. But instead, they're like, hey, 1996, did you know we could do this? Oh, you think it works better if we call it PG-13 Casper? That's fair. Yet sadly, even the old school Peter Jackson gore couldn't work its way into this, because no matter how much they tried to cut it down to get a PG-13, the MPAA kept giving it an R, which is laughably ridiculous. This is so clearly a PG-13 film. Jackson was so pissed they made the death of a character 10 times bloodier than written, because if he got an R rating, he was gonna goddamn take advantage of it.
All right, kid, quit jumping around and acting like a baby. This is serious.
Christ, even as babies, I can tell those are Peter Jackson's kids. No wonder he directed Lord of the Rings. I swear this family is half Hobbit. Speaking of which, out of my way, I'm off to stab Nicholas Angel as Santa Christ. And I'll just say it, for all the Zemeckis style showing off of effects in this movie, yeah, I don't blame Jackson. A lot of this has Zemeckis' stamp all over it. This has got to be my favorite effect in the movie. How the hell did they do that? Was that really Fox? Was it a stuntman they CG'd his face onto? Did they just plan it out really well? I rewound this scene so many times wondering how they achieved this simple moment more than any of the flashy effects in this movie. That took balls, man. We easily could have had another foreign PSA in our hands. He runs into a familiar face, though. Ray has apparently kicked the bucket and discovers only after death that Frank was telling the truth. Yeah, that does raise a good question. If he can really see ghosts, why does he need to scam people?
Can you at least give me a ride so I don't miss my funeral?
When the crypt doors creak and the tombstones quake, spooks come out for a swinging wake.
What the hell are you doing in my graveyard? You have been told to stay away!
In a really strange homage, I guess Jackson really wanted to pay tribute to Full Metal Jacket by having a character similar to R. Lee Ermey's. The original guy they got, I guess, didn't do that great an impression, so they just got the real R. Lee Ermey. But in a strange way, that kind of makes it more confusing. Why is it just Full Metal Jacket now?
Sound off like you've got up here!
Yeah, well, it's a public place, Hiles.
I do not like you! You cannot bring your spooks in here without my permission!
And goddammit, Jackson, why do you always want your actors to kiss me?
That makes me physically ill!
I'm not supposed to be here for another 22 years!
Speaking of typecasting, hello, dumb cop who always plays dumb cop.
You're on business, I guess.
But like Arlie Ermy, he does always play his one part well. He gave a look like, yeah, that's what people do. Frank meets up with a Morning Lucy, and Ray pleads with him to tell her he's still around.
Perhaps you might have a message from Ray?
Ray says he loves you very much.
Well, nobody could make that up. This guy is for real! They go to medieval times? Yeah, I have no idea why they go to this kind of restaurant. It doesn't play into the story at all. There's not even like a joke about it.
May I offer you some wine? We always have red.
Wine. I've never been fond of red.
Lucy!
How am I supposed to pay attention to what they're saying at the Sheriff of Nottingham's? It's so weird they don't do anything with this. It'd be like in Cable Guy if they went to medieval times and they were like,
Open
Sesame.
Medieval times? What a night.
how random would that be? He does get an unexpected visitor when another person has a number on their head and is killed by a workshop Nazgul. Aw, you missed Dollar Store Morpheus saying sorry about the callback. Yeah, you said it. Hello, I'm absolutely insane. There's nobody on the other end of this. What? No! No! Let me tell you about DoorDash. Whether last-minute school supplies, impromptu dinner, or fresh flowers for that special occasion, with DoorDash, there is a neighborhood of good in every order. Yes, I'm talking to you. You will be silent. Along with restaurants that you love, you can get groceries and other essential items delivered with DoorDash. Get drinks, snacks, and other household items in under an hour. Every time you place an order for pickup or delivery, you're setting off a chain reaction that helps give back to the people who make your neighborhood unique. With over 300,000 partners, you can support your neighborhood go-tos or choose from your favorite national restaurants like Popeyes, Chipotle, and Cheesecake Factory. And also don't forget Los Pollos Hermanos. It's a trap, it's not a real place! With DoorDash, you're not just getting the things you love, but supporting the community you love too. From the stores and restaurants to the Dashers driving around, each purchase provides a new opportunity for everyone involved because, with DoorDash, there is a neighborhood of good in every order. We got a special offer for you. For a limited time, our viewers can get 25% off their first order of $15 or more when you download the DoorDash app and enter the code NOSTALGIA. That's 25% off and up to $10 value on your first order when you download the DoorDash app in the App Store and enter the code NOSTALGIA. And now this. Don't forget that's code NOSTALGIA for 25% off your first order with DoorDash. Subject to change, terms apply. While chasing down the hooded menace, leading to the one legit creepy moment. Alright, that was pretty good. The sheriff calls in a so-called expert, FBI agent Milton Dammers, played by Jeffrey Combs.
At what time, precisely, did Bannister leave for the bathroom? You.
So here's a perfect example of the film working best when it's just goddamn crazy. I have no idea what this guy's deal is. I don't know if he's supposed to be an eccentric genius or a psychic or maybe even a lower tier agent the FBI just wants to keep far away. But his performance is so bizarre and so hard to make sense of, it's the most enjoyable thing in the flick.
Yep. You know nothing about Frank Bannister.
I have a problem with women yelling.
I get all the fruity cases.
You are violating my territorial bubble.
You claim he's a bona fide psychic, yet all I've heard is a lot of ill-informed, meandering waffle.
He looks like Colin Farrell halfway putting his penguin makeup on. Like he's slowly becoming Adolf Carey. I can't make heads or tails of him, but he certainly had a vision, went all the way with it, and is constantly entertaining whenever he's on screen.
Bannister purchased 7
New blades on the corner of 3rd and Garrett. 3rd and Garrett.
We'll be back to Bizarro Monk after these messages. Frank witnesses another person die at a museum and sees the editor of the town paper is next. But the judge is there to fight him off. You know, with dead bullets. Yeah, I have no idea how this world works. But oh no, he suddenly wants to hump a mummy. Yeah, that's what we're going with. Well, now we know what the Mummies Alive meets Addams Family porno spoof would look like. Yeah, we have our guns set to everything in the museum but Michael J. Fox. Why?
I like it when they lie still like that.
Oh, you're making Gomez scary for completely different reasons than he should.
Yeah.
Frank tries to get the editor to someplace safe. Well, safer. Oh no, he can't just turn around and get her. Oh, okay, I guess he really can't. The monster does eventually catch up with him though and takes her life. Once again, Milton gets probably the funniest scene in the movie.
I seriously doubt we will see Mr. Bannister anytime soon. The man is resourceful beyond
Yeah, he's
anything
right behind
we
you.
can comprehend. Hello, Frank.
Can every scene just be that guy?
Yeah.
Frank turns himself in and asks probably the most important question in the film.
You know me?
Not really, no. We don't know that much about him, which wouldn't be bad if we liked him or found him interesting, but again, these scenes are so short and so focused on the effects, we really don't get a feel for what he's like. They hint in the next scene he might be a psychopath who sees these ghosts as a hallucination and is actually the killer, even killing his wife years ago. He also pretends that he doesn't love Lucy.
That cozy little scene in the restaurant was bullshit. I don't give a damn about you. I don't give a damn about anybody.
Even though he's only known her for only a day, and she just lost her husband. But I guess we're supposed to see him as an honorable scammer for that. It's not that the character's too unlikable, it's that the film doesn't make me care. Because it doesn't give him a personality to care about. And for me to not care about a Michael J. Fox personality, a guy who just illuminates charm, that's impressive. Forget about the Patricia character? That's okay, so did the movie. She hasn't shown up in almost an hour.
What are you doing in my room?
I never drink wine.
I'll make you some coffee, Matt.
She's in constant surprise Scooby-Doo face, like, And call the exterminator! We have Spider-Mans in the wall again!
Lucy, go!
Ray gets killed by the creature. Aw, just when I remembered he was in this. And Lucy goes to visit Frank in jail. Yeah, you can visit the suspected killer in his cell alone.
Do you think that you're the only person who's ever lost somebody? God, you walk around like you don't have any feelings, but the truth is that you're just scared.
Why are you acting like you had so many conversations and you know each other? You talked twice. Your husband died. Twice! Yeah, he was an asshole, but his funeral was like a day ago. Process something!
I don't want to hurt you, Lucy.
We have so many memories together. Your husband dying, the dinner where we talked about your husband dying, you entering that door a minute ago.
What is it, Frank?
Gets a number 2, but his ghost friends fight the creature off. Jesus, this prison's easier to break out of than the one in Cobra Kai. Well, maybe one of the other cops will stop him.
No, this way, come on.
Hey, you, halt. We tried. I didn't. I swear, this moment of Fox realizing he needs a near-death experience to fight this thing off was shot in a minute. Listen to how rushed this delivery is.
I can't fight him, Luce. I can't protect you. There's only one way to deal with this thing. I gotta have an out-of-body experience.
Cut, perfect.
Really?
There's no time to care. We have like 80 more shots to shoot. Let's go. Wait. Lucy stops him and says she can slow his heartbeat by freezing him and bring him back to life in 20 minutes. It works, but the missing third rock from the sun alien finds her and tries to stop her bringing him back.
Hey, only I get to cop a feel.
Milton then reveals, this bombshell, I guess.
Yeah.
My body is a roadmap of pain.
Who are you?
I don't know what's going on either, but by God, I love watching this guy thinking he does.
Me too, man.
Mind is absolute.
I want to turn you into an app. I'm having a real bad day. I just load you up on the phone like... Boom, instantly better.
Yeah. Oh, Jeffrey
The
Combs.
creature slices through the drill instructor, which works out well for Frank, who steals his guns. Of course, Ghost guns have unlimited ammunition. You know, I'll give credit. Seeing Ghost Fox shoot up the Reaper with machine guns is pretty sweet. It doesn't have to make sense as long as it's awesome.
Yeah, who cares?
A big surprise. The creature was Johnny Varlet.
Busey. Yeah.
Well, yeah, is there literally anybody else it could be? Did you think it was gonna be his dead wife? Shit, that actually would have been a twist. Mr. Stewart, Picard is being ruined on stage 5.
Shit!
He escapes, though, and before Frank can take him out, he's brought back to life. Oh, wait, that was the other guy. They figure Patricia might be the next victim, but it turns out she was in on it all along.
I want to kill her now, Patty. That'll give us 41. That's 8 clear of Casey.
Now, I'd be lying if I said I followed this because, what, he was chasing around in the opening just for show? Why didn't she leave the mother earlier? Has she just been switching back and forth the whole time? To me, it raises a lot more questions, and I could be missing something, but honestly, it doesn't matter because, again, these two bring much needed lunacy and spontaneity. Like Milton, they are just so much fun to watch.
You can come here.
Oh, he's literally doing my brain. Plus, I do love that everyone thinks she's a killer. The film is trying to convince us everybody's closed-minded, and then it turns out she is a killer. I kind of love how twisted that is. No, my carpet powers. Yeah, I'm sorry. You need some rules if you're not going to be funny or scary.
Where is this place?
On that note, the climax does get a little fun and creative as they have to get Johnny's ashes to a chapel and a hospital. Yeah, I don't know, but Frank starts seeing visions of the shooting years ago. Yeah, again, I don't know, but these two are a hoot, and now Milton's thrown back into the mix.
Yeah.
You're next, pal.
Well, they do strangely have better chemistry than Lucy and Frank. Here's Foxy.
I'm an asshole.
With a noose.
Okay, so remember that death I was talking about that Jackson made extra bloody so he could feel the R rating was worth it? Of course it's Milton's!
Yep.
It's official. Nothing about this character was subtle. Frank realizes they were the ones who killed his wife and carved the number into her head, so he tries taking Patricia with him to the afterlife, but Johnny pulls her back.
Bye, Frank!
Yep, y'all going to hell.
Jake Busey's father's colon. The drag to tentacle hentai hell. Hey, to some people, that's heaven. And Frank's friends and even his wife tells him he's not ready to perish yet.
Yeah, it's not your time, dude.
Be happy.
But don't date any other women than me. Hey, want to get married? Sure, I forgot I even had a husband.
What do you know about Ouija boards?
It looks like Milton is forced to be the sheriff's guardian angel, and even Lucy has the power to now see ghosts. She does this blanket thing because that's a solid ending, and The Frighteners finally ends. Yeah, like I said, I want to like this movie, and maybe there's a version out there I will. I hear there's a director's cut that added 14 minutes. Who knows, maybe that might be the right amount to put back in because that's my biggest problem. Everything just feels rushed and never given a moment to breathe, or stop breathing. A lot of critics said this film was trying to be a horror flick, a comedy, a special effects slasher movie, and it's not very good at any of them. I agree, but I admire it for trying. I think there is a good film buried in here. Maybe it's not even that deep as I'm hearing more and more people are discovering and enjoying it. For me, I think it's similar to Mars Attacks. How I didn't really like that movie, but how could I hate something where Tom Jones saves the world? I don't like it, but how can I truly hate it? Just the bizarre mix of cartoony and gritty imagery is too interesting to entirely dismiss. Had the film focused more on the crazier moments like the scenes with Bartlett, Patricia, and Milton, I think it could have been great. As is, I guess it's halfway between unjustly irrelevant and justly irrelevant. Ooh, speaking of which, I should see if my number's been called. Hey, has my number been called yet?
Oh, bad news, buddy. We all got rebooted.
Oh, well, that doesn't sound too bad. Isn't that what you all wanted?
We're being rebooted by Rob Zombie.
You know, for such a dark director, you'd think the colors would be turned down a bit.
Darn!
talk?
Oh God. Yeah, Jeffrey Combs was kind of weird. Yeah, he's weird, but I love it. And plus, that is pretty cool that Percy Jackson worked with John Aston in this, and then later on he would work with his son Sean Aston in Lord of the Rings. That's pretty cool. Uh, though, yeah, the version of the movie I saw, I didn't see the director's cut. I need to check out the director's cut if I can find it. Uh, I will later on. Let me know what you think. You like this movie? You don't like it? Like, is this like the first time you've heard of it? Like Frighteners? Like, what is that? Uh, Again, I highly recommend you check it out. It's got like a few scares, but it's also pretty funny. It's got some dark humor in there. Anyway, of course, I also kind of see what he's saying. Yeah, the CGI, of course, sometimes doesn't hold up. Of course, but it's like, who cares? That's what I say. Who cares? Like, it's. I think it's a decent movie. I think it's. I don't know. There's just something about it that's just interesting to me. I don't know. And yeah, it is pretty messed up that this movie never got a sequel, or who knows? Maybe later on it might get a remake, reboot, whatever. I don't know. Remake. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, that's it. That's my reaction to The Frighteners by Nostalgia Critic. Everyone, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.